How you guys doing? I haven't talked to you in a little bit. Last week I did not shoot a vlog video because I didn't have anything to talk about. I came out here, set up the camera, and didn't have anything to talk about, so I didn't shoot one last week. So yeah, summer is definitely here. As you can tell, I'm really sweating pretty well, which I don't have an air-conditioned shop. The garage isn't air-conditioned. There's no insulation in the walls. I don't want to go through the hassle of doing all that because the heat doesn't bother me too much. Once you get that initial sweat going on, then it's really not that bad. But as soon as you step outside and it's just like, oh, if you're not familiar with the Mississippi climate around here, this area of the country, it's extremely humid year-round. So it's not like the dry heat over in like New Mexico and Arizona and stuff like that. I went to the Grand Canyon before, and the climate out there was beautiful. I loved it. Here it's like, hey, have you guys ever gone to a zoo and like say they have like the reptile exhibit indoors and you walk inside and boom, it's like a jungle. It's like so humid inside that area. That's kind of the way it is in this part of the country. So as soon as you walk outside, it's like boom, you start sweating. You instantly get this sticky feeling. And once you get that first initial sweat, horseflies. Once you get that initial sweat, then it's not that bad. The heat doesn't really bother me. As long as you can stay out of the direct sunlight, which I am here in the shop, then it's really not that bad. Comparatively speaking, it's not nearly as bad as the cold in which I grew up. And I grew up in Michigan, and I'm a wuss when it comes to the cold. I know everyone up there in the northern states and then up in Canada can really have some stories to tell about the cold, but that's all fine and dandy. That's not really for me. It's like 90, I think today is supposed to be 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's really, really muggy. So that's not too bad. Once, like I said, you get over the initial sweat. Clamps for this Polk workbench. I'm going to call it a work table, not a workbench. My outfeed and assembly table. It's not really a workbench if you ask me. But anyway, clamps for it. I modified some Harbor Freight clamps. I ground off some retaining pin to remove the head of it. There's tons of options for this particular style workbench. Why didn't I drill bigger holes so I could just put the whole head of it through? Because then you run into the same problem as having the huge split in the table, and it's just too big of a spot for crap to fall down in. And these are 3/4 inch holes, and so far I haven't had anything fall down in them, so I don't want large holes. You can also attach a flat piece of metal to it that swivels, so as you push it down into the table, then you can open it up, kind of like a toggle bolt almost. And that will hold the bar from coming out, and then you can use a clamp as well. I'll put a picture up here. Yes, you could do that if it'll fit through these 3/4 inch holes. I'm not exactly sure if it will fit through 3/4 inch holes. I'm not going to go any bigger than the holes. Like I said, yes, you can do that. I don't have the materials on hand to do that, and it was kind of like a work with what you got kind of a project and solution. Yes, you can heat up the end of a bar, bend it, twist it so it's an L shape, and it'll fit right in there without having to do anything from the bottom. But again, I was working with what I have. I don't have any type of torch anymore. I'd like to get another one. I used to have a oxygen acetylene torch set. Don't have one, so I didn't work with that, or I didn't do that. And then also welding a piece of flat bar to the bottom of it to actually get that corner shape that could slide in there. Yes, you could probably do that, but again, working with what I have, and not everybody has a welder, so I didn't really want to say, hey, here's a solution. So there's a lot of solutions out there. This is just the one. That's just the one that I came up with, and so far it's been working all right. It's kind of a pain in the ass. Pain in the butt. I didn't say that. Thank you to everybody who participated in the Shapeoko 2 giveaway. That's all completed and over with. I've already contacted the winner and worked out all the details on that end. It was a little bit of a long giveaway, and I didn't really announce it here on YouTube. I did announce it on the giveaway page who the winner was, and I also announced it on Twitter, Google+, and Facebook. It may not have been Google+, it may have been Instagram. But anyway, that's all taken care of. Thank you all, and I very much appreciate your support with that. The clamp rack actually turned out pretty cool. Horseflies, man, I can't stand these things. So it's uglier than what I was hoping for, but it gets the job done, and it gets the job done just fine. And a couple things. This is, yeah, you guys can see that. This is just a piece of 1/4" Luan that I've got all my spring clamps to. And then the larger, like, so I've got 2" spring clamps and then 1" spring clamps. And the 2" there's only 4 touching the board, and then there's 6 more clamped to those 4. So it doesn't take up much space at all. And this is just a piece of Luan with 2 pieces of 2x2 pine screwed to the top of it. And this whole thing acts as a hanger to hang them all at the same time. And this is actually pretty cool because when I use spring clamps, I rarely ever use just 1 or 2. It's most of the time it's a bunch of them. So I can just grab this whole thing and take it with me. All right, I've got the wrong kind of lens on here, but I'm not going to switch just to show you this. Anyway, so cool thing with these bar clamps, these longer bar clamps up here, I just realized that you can actually fit more in the actual spot. You can double these up. So if you go all the way in, this part of the clamp right here bottoms out to the rack in the back, but if you lower it, it'll go even further along into the clamp all the way touching the wall, and then you can double it up with another one flipped upside down. So really, if you got these Harbor Freight F-style clamps, you double it up and you can store even more, which is a little ridiculous because I'm never going to use this much space anyway. Next up is the final shop project before I get into building stuff for the house. And I found an image online that was kind of vague, and it had a couple of design features that I really liked. So I took that design, built my own version of it in SketchUp, added a couple features, and I was like, yes, this is pretty cool. And then I realized that from searching from some other stuff that it was basically a design that was already done before from Wood Magazine, and I forget the issue of Wood Magazine it was in, but anyway, so I found the actual plan of what I'd come up with based on something else. So I'm just going to use the Wood Magazine plan. It's already done and it's already worked out, so all I got to do is follow instructions, and that should be quick and easy to do. And it'll be an 8-foot rolling plywood cart that's stores the sheets horizontal and has storage on the back side. But that's going to be the last one before I make a bookcase for the spare bedroom. You guys remember the 2x4 and 2x6 bunk bed that I did? I'm going to make a 2x6 solid wood bookcase, tall bookcase, kind of slender. Well, it may not be solid wood. I think I'm going to use plywood for the backing. But the shelves and then the sides and then whatever top and bottom trim I go with, that's all going to be solid wood. So that's going to be fun. My wife's going to enjoy another spot for all of her books. We've got 2 spare bedrooms in this house. This house is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. One of the bedrooms is like a guest room and future kid room whenever that happens. And then the other one is going to be converted to a library/office. So we're still working on the room that I put the bunk bed in, and that's going to be fun to get that project done. And after that, I've got several interior house projects to get done, and I'm really actually looking forward to that. I'm getting kind of burnt out working on these shop projects, which weird as that sounds. Oh, bedside cabinets. That's one I was wanting to work on as well. Kind of like a small little nightstand cabinet kind of thing, and then a large case on top of it with maybe like a door to showcase whatever's inside. Something like that. Let me take you guys off of this little stand here and I'll show you the stickers. I got a bunch of stickers in the mail. Got a ton of stickers in the mail this past couple weeks. So Chris Dean, American flag, Army Corps of Engineer Castle. Think safety with the Army Corps of Engineer Castle on top of that. Thank you very much for these stickers. I appreciate it. Jacob, number 1. There's 2 Jacobs here, but Jacob. Fox sticker. Some other stickers, a bunch of these. Really nice, thank you. And some West Coast Crawlers sticker. This is white, it'll show up real good on the cabinet. Thank you very much for all of these stickers. Then this row is all from another Jacob. These are from Jacob. Thank you very much. And this doesn't say John Deere, but it looks like John Deere. May get in trouble for that. I've got some, all of my family is an international family, so as far as the International Harvester brand. So I'm going to put it up regardless, but thank you very much. Muzzy, number 1 in bow fishing, that's cool. Bass sticker, that'll show up good on the cabinet. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. Under Armour sticker, Seafoam, that is some good stuff right there. Seafoam sticker, thank you. Turtle Beach headphones for gaming. I've got a really nice set of Turtle Beach headphones, and I use them more for audio work on the computer than I do gaming. But thank you very much for these. I used to play games a lot too. PS3, if that matters. Anyway, Sterling Davis, he's got a YouTube channel. Really nice guy. Good friend of mine. He's about to do a palette contest, if I'm not mistaken. So check out Sterling Davis's channel on YouTube if you're interested in that. Also got a Festool sticker from, come on here, Ben Tyler. Thank you very much for the sticker. Every time I mention Festool on social media, people either are completely supportive of them or just, oh, they're too rich for my blood. Whatever. Make some very good products, and probably going to get some in the future. Rich McNatt also has a good channel on YouTube. Thank you very much for the sticker. He just made a really cool cutting board with some turquoise inlays. That's really awesome. You guys should check out. Andy Glass, Glass Impressions on YouTube. I just put one of his videos in my Around the Web series. He's got a double front door cabinet thing that was really cool. Thank you very much for the sticker. All of you guys, thanks for the sticker. And Lisa, I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. It's Lyssa Mead from Michigan. I love poker and Michigan sticker. Thank you very much. Chris Cute from the First Cut Woodworking Shop. He's a good guy. You guys should check out his channel. Good guy as well. And also got some playing cards with a logo on them, which is pretty cool. Let me open these. Check that out. That's very awesome. My dad's a big poker fan, so we play poker occasionally when I go to see him. And I'm keeping one of these, and I'm going to send him a set of these. Thank you very much for these. I very much appreciate it. And of course, I got a bunch of other stickers to go out as soon as the mail runs. But let's get these put up on the cabinet real quick.